What else does the collective need to know? All right, so the collective message for today, Spirit is definitely talking shit. And your ancestors, your spirit team, they all want you to know that they, and I'm gonna say they, thank you for the likes. Hey young handsome, long time no see. Thank you for the gifts. They are, when I say they, I'm basically talking about anyone that has come against you in any way. Thank you for the harmony. So they will be in deep regret. Regret for burdening you, regret for coming against you, regret for not believing in you. And burdening you and coming against you has different connotations. So, in the sense of this reading, it would be that narcissistic, underhanded, very manipulative, like very passive aggressive behavior. And it's one of those things that because you are such a good person, these people use these tactics against you because for a large part of your life, you didn't really know what was happening. You would like kind of feel some kind of way. You would be like, was that like low key shade? Was that hate? What was that exactly? And so a lot of times it may have gone over your head, but it's still because you're very intuitive and you pick up on energy well, it still like disturbed your soul. So you knew, but you didn't quite know. You wanted to like give these people excuses. Oh, they didn't mean it like that. I know they have good intentions. They just forgot, or whatever. Hi, Phil. Thank you. Long time no see. Thank you for the gifts. Oh, so they will be in regret for not treating you as the royalty that you are. They will be in regret for allowing ego and jealousy to guide their steps. They will be in regret for not fulfilling their soul contract. Because when someone encounters you, it means that they have a soul contract with you. So whether it be, someone you call a friend, a family member, a co-worker, somebody you see all the time, like if you go to the convenience store on a regular basis or whatever, these are all people that have soul contracts with you. So when you interact with them, whether it's good, bad, ugly, indifferent, how you handle the situation is you handling your portion of the soul contract. How they handle you and the situation is how they fulfill their part of the soul contract. So when these people come against you, you can bet your bottom dollar that they are by no means fulfilling their soul contract with you. Now, they may, like some people have a contract with you to be like some contrast in your life to get you to awaken, to help you to develop your intuition, to help you to learn lessons, to help to strengthen you. But that doesn't mean that they're doing things in like they're creating illusions that they like you, but they low key hate you. That's not the same type energy. You said I want to rip up my contract, child. It is not for the faint of heart. So they're gonna regret being manipulative, regret trying to hurt you emotionally and or physically. They're going to regret making or trying to make you feel overlooked, undervalued, and insignificant. Spirit say your abundance is manifesting fast. You will not have to struggle in any area of your life very shortly. And I don't deliver those messages lightly. Yeah, they trifling as hell. But, they don't feel like that. They, like a lot of people that are in ego and jealousy and all that, they justify their behavior by saying stuff like, oh, that's just how I am. That's how I grew up. I had to develop tough skin. And, that's why I'm the way I am. Accept me how I am. Don't, just whatever excuse they can come up with for not dealing with their issues, for not doing the shadow work, for not acknowledging that stuff needs to be worked on. Hey, Antoine, I saw you. You feel me? Spirit, can we get some confirmation? Please tap the screen. That helps me to tap into your energy. Fight the power, Antoine. Power to the people. Thank you for the rose. And you know, spirit is saying, basically saying that even though it's chaotic around you, that doesn't mean that you have to exist in chaos. Hey, Dragon. Yes, it has been a minute. All the people that haven't been here in a minute are popping in. Young, handsome, Phil, you. Phil, you about to get blocked. Keep playing. Don't play with me, Phil. And to answer your question, yes, it does, because there is no woman on this green earth that wants to be walking around like, walking around broken up from the rooter to the cooter. Okay. Nobody wants to have to pack that area with ice for days. Damn. Well, Spirit said, so the reason why the message was that they will regret coming against you is because, surprise, you're a star seed. You are here, but you're not from here. Your energy is not of this planet. You will be in the spotlight. And so that's what happens when you do a divine being dirty. You are going to be in deep regret. Seriously, you will definitely be in deep regret. Yeah, they tried to, like I said, they tried to break your soul. And Spirit said, how dumb can you be to think that you could break the soul of a starseed being? Like I said, creating illusions that they actually liked you when they can't stand you. Creating illusions that they love and support you even though they jealous as hell. And low-key wish harm upon you, wish your life to be messed up. Because their life is in a damn shambles. Spirit said they have not been thinking before they speak. They have not thought through the plan all the way. Not using their common sense. You know, I tell people all the time, be careful how you treat people. I'm not saying we got to walk around here love and light every day, all day, because it's not. But you should be treating people with dignity and respect, regardless of what you think of them, regardless of whether they're homeless, regardless of whether they're the janitor, the groundskeeper. You treat people, you should be treating every person as if they are a star seed. Because I promise you, true star seeds who are here for a specific mission and purpose, they are working for the divine. They're not out here being mean to people. They're not out here starting drama and fights. They are out here just simply minding their business, wanting the best for other people, wanting to make sure that humanity is straight. These people just want to go to work, drink their coffee, answer some emails, do their job, and go to hell home. And play with their dogs or their cat or whatever. That didn't quite come out right, but anyway. But yeah, spirit is like deep regret. The opposite of wish fulfillment is empty cups. The people around you taking more than they pour into your cup. Chaos and disruption and upheaval in the family. Like if Spirit had me singing this song the other day, if you think you don't like me now, and I can't sing, but just wait. Wait until tonight, tomorrow, whenever it is. If you think you hate me now, just wait. It's an old school song. And it's, if you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight. That's how the actual lyrics go. But Spirit is also like, if you think your life is jacked up now, you just wait. Right, Phil. You said, wait till I get my money, right? In the words of Kanye. And Spirit gave me that's that Beyonce line where she says, the best revenge is your paper. Confirmation. The absolute best revenge is your paper. And this dog barked exactly when I said paper twice. Spirit said, you want to talk about experiencing delays and setbacks? These people have got all kinds of delays and setbacks coming. I'm hearing like energy all over the place, out of whack, anxiety. And I really don't like delivering these kinds of messages. But I just feel like Spirit wants you to understand that they are guiding and protecting you. They always have your back, your front, your side. And the wildest part of all of this is that they don't your back, your front, your side. And the wildest part of all of this is that they don't have to, because when that instant return to sender hits, that like the energy handles itself. They don't have to do a thing. But now, if they need to protect you, if they need to protect your life in some kind of way, they will put a force field around you. It doesn't mean that, if there's a fender bender or something, that your car doesn't get damaged, or maybe you're a little banged up, but it's never going to be like the brunt of what it could have been. Bless you. There's always an energetic force field around you, protecting you. Like they're giving me the image of bumper cars. Like when you're driving, I'm not saying just like go mindless when you're driving, or drive crazy, but I'm saying like when you're driving, your car is protected as if it has bumpers all around it. When you have a very high calling and start when you have a very high calling, and star seeds have very high callings. When you have a very high calling, spirit is not going to play with you. They're not playing with you. They're not playing about you. Phil, if you would like to pay for a reading, I will read your energy and I can tell you what your calling is. But right now, all I feel like you doing is playing in my comments, but it's okay because every time you comment, you boost the live, so that's cool. And my dog is not hungry because I purposely, with deliberate intention, fed them. And Spirit said, all you have to do now is just plan for the future. Just sit back, relax. And I'm hearing, enjoy the ride. Enjoy the scenery. Because when I talk about living a life in the lap of luxury, baby, your energy is expensive. You said, hey, Queen and everyone. Hey, Coco. You said, hey, Queen and everyone. Hey, Coco. You said, are you picking up anything on me? It just depends. I may in the collective if it resonates with you. I'm not reading, but the collective message. Right, Uncle Phil. Like I said, these people refuse to do the work, refuse to do the introspection. This is the energy of, like I was talking about earlier, making excuses for your poor behavior. Saying things like, that's just how I am, that's how I grew up, I had to be tough growing up because I was bullied, or whatever the case is. Spirit said, there is absolutely no excuse you can come up with for your behavior, because what you are doing, sir, ma'am, is you are burdening someone who is quiet, calm, peaceful, respectful. Why would you do that? Somebody just out here enjoying life, minding their business, not bothering anybody. Actually, the person is out here, doing extra things to support their community. Even if that's just helping to corral the cars at the parking lot, or making sure there's some trash picked up that wasn't yours. This person is, has compassion for people, is doing something in the public service arena because they always wanted to help people. This person is just wanting to laugh and be happy and do fun, new, exciting things. People genuine, heartfelt compliments. Like when you compliment someone, it hits different because it comes from such an authentic place. People hate your authenticity. Why? Because when you are a star being, you embody source energy. There are very few people on this planet who can actually say that they embody source energy. That doesn't mean that you are perfect. It doesn't mean that you won't cuss a month out. It doesn't mean that you don't have boundaries. It doesn't mean that you can't say no to people. It doesn't mean that you just not going to allow people to talk to you any kind of fucking way. Christ, if you believe in that story, was not all love and light. That dude was flipping tables. It actually might be a little worse. Because now we have more technology, we have more items to charge for. Yeah, I don't always interpret the devil card literally, but in this case, Spirit is saying literally the fucking devil. Because when you are, like, Spirit is basically saying, as you embody source, these other people are embodying Satan. I don't give a damn. As Spirit said, it don't matter if you accept Christ as your Savior or not. The blood is not going to cover this type of behavior. Because I can tell you right now, there are some evil mofos in the church. Tell me I'm lying. Because someone who embodies source and Christ energy would not come in a live that they don't agree with and start spewing Bible verses and calling the live host a demon. That happened to me just yesterday. I don't mind if people come in the live and make a statement like, oh, cards are not of this. I mean, that's not the message that my collective receives anyway. My collective is very tapped in, very intuitive, uses their gifts for good. So, what Christians need to understand is that it's better to be a good human being, a decent human being, someone that has a conscience, someone that is not totally self-centered, and only thinks about themselves and is totally inconsiderate of what anybody else has going on. That is not at all how any kind of starseed would be moving out here. And why, like, the whole devil concept, the Satan concept, it was he came against God. So why do you walk around with starseed energy, embodying source energy, and wondering why all these damn Satans are coming against you? It's not rocket science to me. But I promise you, some of these, they are in love with you. They love to hate you. That's what I was getting ready to say. They love to hate you, but are low-key obsessed with you. Gotta know what's going on with you, has to get a reading on you, has to know, is she advancing, is he advancing, is the money coming in, are the gifts getting bigger and stronger, is she in a relationship, is she lonely and sad and single, is she broken, is she this, is he that? They would love. When I say love, they would love for you to be somewhere broke, busted, and disgusted. I just dated myself with that term. But seriously, this dude right here is the dark side of source. It's still masculine and feminine energy. If you look at this card and you look at the Lover's card, it is the opposites. They're opposites. Light and dark. But that's what Spirit is talking about. Like, when you come against yourself, like when your darkness comes against you and you don't handle it, you don't tame it, you don't balance it, then that's where all the jealousy, the hatred, the backbiting, the competitiveness bullshit. Thank you, Phils Murray. But yeah, like, that's where all that energy comes from. Like I said, discontented with life. This is a depiction of, like, this is you. This is the cup of love that you embody of the divine, and the divine puts you in people's lives to be this divine blessing, this cup of love. But because he's discontented with these cups down here, he's like, I don't want that fucking cup. Even though these are regular ass cups down here, and this is a supernatural ass cup. That's the thing. These starseeds, they look regular. They regular. They look regular. This cup looks just like these cups. But this cup is being brought to this person by a supernatural hand. Ain't no damn regular ass person being delivered to this person by the divine. I mean, this is the perfect depiction of somebody who had all these relationships that they didn't like, they weren't satisfied with, they felt taken advantage of, they, all of this shit. This is all of this damn, I'm disappointed with my love life energy. And then when a divine feminine starseed being supernaturally, you like, he or she look just like the rest of them cups. It's giving, if it looked like a duck and it quacked like a duck, then it is a duck. Not always. Definitely not always. When I tell you, these people who were in this energy when the divine presented you to them, because when the divine presents you to someone, they're either going to level up or they're going to be left behind. Up or they're going to be left behind. Your energy does not play with people. You read people like a book. And your energy is so powerful and so healing that anyone you encounter is engulfed in a healing chamber. This person needs healing. This person is just so apathetic, just negative about life, like nothing is going right for me. My car broke down. I broke up with my girlfriend. I got pink eye. I'm not speaking that over anyone, but just everything's a fucking problem. And when you are focused, and this is what Spirit is saying, when you're focused on your bullshit, when you're not being grateful for the challenges these people gave you, for the lessons learned that these people gave you, you dealing with these people down here, Spirit was preparing you to be presented with this divine feminine. When you're presented with a divine feminine or masculine, who when you join together with them as one, you heal the world. You passed on that? You passed on that. Because It looked like everybody else. It seemed too good to be true. When you're in this energy, you don't feel deserving of this divine cup of love in human form or in a human vessel. You let these other people, instead of you taking that energy and alchemizing it for your good, for your confidence, you let these people just take from you. And you so focused on all of this bullshit down here and what's not going well in your life and what you're not happy about, that you cannot see that this person was being delivered to you by the divine. That's why Spirit said deep regret. Because whether it's a romantic relationship or just something that, like platonic or at work or whatever, when the divine presents you this ancient alien DNA star being, supernatural being who embodies source energy. Not saying that we don't all have source energy running through our vessels, keeping our vessels, alive. I'm saying when you embody that energy, like I said, when you embody that energy, you bother people because you're peaceful. You boost people up, you encourage people, you give them compliments, genuine compliments. That type of energy does not come along every day. It just doesn't. But when people are hurt, and they refuse the healing, because the relationships you have with people can also be very healing. It can force you to heal. The more you feel rejected, you're either going to embody the rejection or you're going to embody the healing. What people don't realize is that their projections actually power you up. Their projections make you come alive. So the images that Spirit is giving me is like a movie being projected onto a movie screen. Their projection actually is the catalyst for you being on the center stage. You being the main character. You being the whole movie. While they think their projections are, slowing you down, breaking you down, putting you in a state of depression or whatever they would love for you to be in. And their projections are actually putting you on display even more. It's putting you on the big screen even faster. I'm not going to sit here and cat for y'all and say that I like opposition, but I welcome it and I relish in it now. Whereas before I was like, oh my God, like, why did that person have to do that? They didn't have to try to, be underhanded and slick and do me dirty. And, I would be like, really in my feelings about how people have treated me. But now that I know who I am and I know how protected I am and I know who my spirit team is, when people come against me, I just feel like, how could you be so stupid? Like, it's just, and spirit will give people warnings. They will give people chance. I have seen it. Chance after chance after chance after chance to get it right. And the person just ends up getting worse and just spiraling even more. Because, like I said, when they come against us, we just simply level up. If it wasn't for all the opposition and people coming against me, I don't think I would be at this place in my life as quickly as it has happened. And I'm not saying that everything isn't in divine timing, so it's kind of hard to explain. But I feel like, just like a GPS. So the GPS will be like, okay, you should be home in 20 minutes, which is 5:24. And it's nothing wrong with being there at 5:24. It's nothing wrong with being there a little bit later or a little bit earlier. It's just how the energy plays out. And so if you catch a bunch of green lights or the traffic is light because it's a holiday or whatever the case may be, and you get home like 3-4 minutes earlier, that's how it is. That's how I alchemize energy. So the more people come against me, the faster I level up. So instead of getting there at 5:24, I'm sitting there chilling at 5:15. Like, when y'all gonna catch up? Like I said, chilling. Living in the moment. This is your moment. It's not just the moment. This is your moment. Closing the cycle. And that's why spirit is like, yo, you have passed so many tests with flying colors in record time. So you mean to tell me that you are a starseed being out here closing cycles in record time, being good to people, not coming against people. Now you will defend yourself, however that looks, when people, do things, crazy. But for the most part, you just out here want to be happy and want to bless people. I feel like this is spirit saying you are being set free. Free of having to deal with anyone who doesn't serve you. Free of having to worry about finances. Free of having to worry about living check to check, being in debt, none of that shit. You are going to be straight running free. And spirit's like, you see all that land? Imagine, you can't even imagine how much real estate you are going to own. You just gonna be buying acres of shit, like acres of land, and just be you and your spouse or you and your significant other just running through the land like we are closed on another one. I don't know why I'm getting so many notifications. What in the world? Those spiritual gifts. Those spiritual gifts are making way for you. You keep on doing what you're doing. You keep exercising your spiritual muscle. You keep getting acclimated to being in the public eye and on camera and, you know, being seen. And Spirit is like, we will handle all the rest. Oh Lord, we got sex addiction. Who fed up with their significant other with a sex addiction? Oh Lord. And we got the double card out here. Somebody out here on straight demon time. Like I said, those people who took advantage of you just for what you could give them, whether it be physically, financially, or otherwise. Spirit said you were like, I'm fed the fuck up at this point. No more. Yeah, this person with this sex addiction has a lot of damn secrets. And like I said, someone who is very full of themselves, very self-centered. There's a difference between selfish and self-centered. I believe in being selfish. I believe in saying no to people. I believe in setting boundaries. I was looking at Instagram earlier and I ran up on a video that T-Pain made. First of all, I didn't realize T-Pain was that fine. That's my type. But anyway, he was basically saying, if I have not responded to your text message, it was on purpose. He was like, burnout is real. And I just need some time to damn be by myself. He has these vintage cars that he's working on. He was like, this is the most quiet. This is the most peaceful. This is the most time I have been alone. The most time I have not had to entertain someone or just be everything to everyone else. He said he canceled a whole ass tour. He was like, I just canceled the tour because I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. He was like, I just want to spend, he said, I want to spend a month on my cars and then I want to spend like however long just playing video games. And Spirit is like, this is the energy and the place that we are putting you in society. The place where you can be creative as you want to. You can be a philanthropist as you want to. You can just stay home and not do anything because your bills are paid. for years in the future. You know, you own the properties, you own the cars, you know, like all of these things your children are taken care of. You're able to get trust funds for your children and your grandchildren. You're able to just take care of everything and just rest. Because Spirit watched when you were struggling as a single parent, or just as a parent in general. Spirit watched you make ends meet out of nothing, watched you improvise and make dinner happen off of nothing. The Spirit watched you have to budget money to the penny. And the Spirit was like, you are done with that phase of your life. And that's why we're not putting up with these whack ass people that are still obsessed. But they got all kinds of damn secrets going on. Secret sex addictions. One, you know, not feeling like they could just be with one person. I'm not hating on anybody that wants to just, you know, have intimacy without commitment or whatever. But at least, like, you know, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I feel like what Spirit is saying is that people do that to try to fill a void. So it's like less about a sex addiction and more about like, I'm trying to fulfill something that I lack. Yeah, Spirit was like, if you haven't blocked them already, just block them. That Jezebel spirit, and this can apply to men and women. And like I said, even though they tried to front like they weren't really liking you like that, even though they tried to front like they wanted to just treat you like a one night stand, even though they were trying to front like they didn't want to get their feelings involved and all this and that, obsessed. And I'm not talking about in like a scary stalker-ish way. I'm talking about like just going over and over again conversations you had, pictures, text messages. Because these people give the energy like this Jezebel type spirit. And I hate to kind of use that word because that's real churchy, but it's like they're fighting their darkness, and that's why like the devil card came out. So like their darkness is the unhealed portions of their energy, and so the unhealed portion, aka the darkness, is seeking more darkness. But when you come on the scene with all of this light, you start exposing the darkness about them. And that's a tough energy to be in, especially if you didn't voluntarily go into that energy. Because it has the absolute potential to break you down to the bone gristle. Hey, Diamond Girl. You ready for your reading? Ooh, excuse me. Okay, hold on just a second. Let me get these cards together. And I think I'm gonna run to the restroom right quick because I have been drinking a lot of water. I'll be right back. My babies be right at the daggone bathroom door waiting. You said I'm gonna give you another 1111. Oh, thank you. Okay, so you want like more of a regular reading, like versus a question. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Pardon me. Okay. Excuse me. Thank you for the follow. Hello, thank you. All right. You ready to get started? Okay. All right. Spirit, tell me what Diamond needs to know. Oh, well, I'm getting sleepy now. Maybe you need to get some sleep. Okay, so Spirit, what does she need to know? You said all I want to know is your sweater, hand crochet, or did you buy it? I don't know. I bought it. I definitely bought it. I can't remember where I got it from. I usually get stuff from like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, that type of thing. So I've had this for years. Thank you. crystal spirit. What is the So I feel like spirit is saying that you are in need of healing from, it's giving the energy of like you being in your head a lot and it being very abusive emotionally and mentally. Let me know if that resonates. If it doesn't now, it could be future energy. You said you're constantly in your head. Is it about like a romantic relationship though, or like love relationships in general? Because it's giving the energy of like really need to heal around romantic relationships. Never been in a relationship. It could be that that's why you haven't been in a relationship. If there's not something like that happened traumatically in this lifetime, I feel like there may be some past life memories that is preventing you from being in a relationship. And also too, I feel like they're talking about some dreams that they gave you. So let me know if you've been able to recall your dreams. So you said yes about recalling your dreams. You said I've been having vivid dreams. Okay. Yeah, they're definitely sending you messages through your dreams for sure. You said the most recent one I was buying crystals. Okay. But forgot your card. Okay. So that's basically like something preventing you from doing that, from buying crystals, something preventing you from like really embodying who you are. So actually, it's kind of like, I feel like they're saying that it's your masculine and feminine within. You said I was on big steps with a bunch of college students. Um, I feel like they're saying that you need to integrate your masculine and feminine within. Um, like, um, like they're talking about abandonment issues. And so, like, when you accept that you have masculine and feminine and you allow your masculine to protect your feminine, like within you, then that will heal the abandonment issues, if that resonates. Do you feel like you have abandonment issues? Do you feel like you have abandonment issues? You said, say it again, please. Just step down. Oh, actually doing a personal reading, but I was talking about abandonment issues. You said it's complicated. Okay. So, that's really, like I said, that energy. I don't like to use the word blockage, but I mean, for lack of better term, that's basically what they're saying, is that like you have a blockage with regard to romantic relationships because of, abandonment issues is one of them, but it's given the energy of not feeling safe with masculine energy. So, it would be like the energy of having your father around, but not feeling protected by your father, um, being constantly disappointed by men in general or the masculine in general. And so it's kind of like the energy of like, why would I even bother just so I could be disappointed? You said soft interrupting, but I was, oh, sorry for interrupting, but I just clicked in and these exact words hit home. Okay. Well, it can resonate for you as well. And I mean, I feel like you came into the live at that moment because it was something you needed to hear. So even though I'm doing a paid personal reading, anybody listening can possibly resonate. And you said laughing my ass off, you read me. Yeah, child. It's a lot. But part of healing, like, even so, what I would personally suggest, you said I'm starting to lose faith in men as a whole. Yeah, that's the energy for sure. And I feel like spirit wants to talk about it because they want to assist you with healing that area. They want you to have a happy, loving relationship, whatever that looks like for you. And so, um, like your happiness, your abundance, and a lot of just joy in life is connected to you being in a happy, healthy, supportive, protective relationship. Um, a situation where the person is very upfront, honest, transparent, very reassuring. It's not for us to come to a relationship with a ton of insecurities. But when you have like healing that needs to, when you have energy that needs to be healed from past lives, typically that involves you coming in contact with the energy from a past life that can heal that part of you. So I know that was a lot. I got a little tongue tied. But so like say there's a man that is destined to be with you. This individual's energy is very familiar to you because you all have lived multiple lifetimes together. And so whatever part of you that, like, there are parts of you that only this other energy can heal, and vice versa. And so these areas tend to be left unhealed until you actually become one with your divine partner. Excuse me. Y'all gonna have to wait. They're trying to get a toy from under the damn table. But so like that's the energy that is giving, where spirit is trying to say not everybody is alike. I kind of feel like I was talking about you in the collective, because it was like, I think it was like the Four of Cups card, where he's just sitting on the ground and the divine is like trying to hand him a cup. It's like that energy of like just apathetic, defeated, discontented, and that's not a good energy to be in, because it's not going to magnetize the right kind of energy towards you. And so spirit is also saying like not being grateful for what you have, not acknowledging what the divine has done for you thus far. That can be really, detrimental too. Yes, I'm at my wit's end lately. Yeah. That is definitely the energy. But I definitely feel like, so spirit is saying like when you begin to trust the masculine within you, you will be able to trust masculines in a human vessel. This is definitely giving at your wit's end energy. This is definitely giving like conflict, even if it's inner conflict. And what I feel like is this inner conflict. But spirit is like, you can easily get out of this energy because you're still healing. And so like when we are sleeping, that is the best time for the divine to heal us. And so I feel like spirit is saying that they're healing you, getting you out of all this energy. So, like, even though it may feel like you're still in this energy, like having to defend yourself, fight, just fighting for your life out here, basically. And, feeling totally at your wits end, completely exhausted, burdened. So spirit brought these out in the reverse to basically say, we got it covered. You just have to believe that we can facilitate the healing. And like I said, the dreams that you've been having are related to what they're doing healing wise. Yeah, like feeling left out in the cold, feeling unprotected, feeling abandoned. I'm hearing feeling underappreciated. I hope you're not feeling worthless, but I heard worthless. And here was a card that I was talking about. This is the exact energy and card that I was talking about in the collective. And it's like, love has been tough, whether that's love with you between you and your father or a significant other. It's been tough. It's created the energy of just like, I don't even want to deal with this. My emotions can't handle it. My mind can't handle it. I'm already thoughts racing, all that. And when you're focused on that, like I was talking about earlier, when you're focused on the negative, when you're not being grateful for what spirit has done for you, when you are in the energy of just focusing on what it is that you don't want, you cannot see that the divine is handing you a cup. And I was saying that this cup looks like these other ones that may have done you dirty or hurt you, but it's not the same cup, because you can't, a cup just doesn't, a hand just doesn't float out of the clouds and give you a damn cup every day. So it may look very similar to what you have experienced in the past, but spirit is like, no. But it is causing you a lot of stagnation. And like I said, it's about balancing your energies. And the wands is all about your energy. So when you balance the masculine and feminine and integrate the masculine and feminine, I call it marrying the masculine and feminine within. When you can do that, you can get out of this energy. And so spirit is like, it's all good. You're healing. You can still plan for the future. You can still, focus on your dreams. Like spirit is basically saying, stop focusing on this energy here of discontent and focus on this energy. What do you want in the future? Not what is happening right now and what you see around you, but what do you see for yourself in the future? Where do you see yourself going? Who do you see yourself helping? What parts, like, what is your creative side? What do you do? What is your niche? So, like, these are all kind of questions that spirit wants you to think about, because and we have the Empress in reverse. And so that is spirit saying, yes, you need to tap into your feminine energy, to your mothering energy, to your healing energy. And the Empress is very well protected. She doesn't have to worry about anything. She's fully in her power. But when it's in the reverse, it's like you don't know your power. You need to call your power back. You need to step into the power of your higher self. You also, like, when you integrate the masculine and feminine, it's basically like the emperor and the empress in the upright. Because, the empress is mothering energy, so we could say that the emperor is father energy, which it is. So, like, those are the energies of people who I was talking about earlier, where they have a really big mission and purpose. When them coming together as one, as a couple, is going to heal the world. So I really feel like I was talking to you when I was talking about you when I was saying that, because being that, like, so far your biggest hurdle is relationships of a romantic nature, that is an indication that once you do finally get into a relationship, it is going to be amazing. It is going to be beyond your wildest dreams. And I feel like Spirit is saying you have created so many illusions for yourself in your mind. Like being afraid of commitment, or being afraid of a relationship, or worrying that you're not going to be in love with the person in 20 years, or worrying that, oh, well, what if the person gets sick, or what if the person passes away? It's like everything that could possibly go wrong in a relationship is what you mull over and mull over and mull over. And Spirit is like, if you would just shift out of that, if you would just think about what it is that you do want out of a relationship, not what it is that you have observed or convinced yourself of, then you can start to magnetize your person towards you. Yeah, I was just talking about you created so many illusions for yourself. And cutting through the illusions is acknowledging that you can think something different. If you're sitting there and you start thinking about, if you start running down in your mind like every jacked up thing a man has done to you, and you know how it made you feel, and it's like Spirit is like, you embody so much of the feeling and the energy that it becomes like it's almost real again in the moment. So yeah, I feel like you've had to deal with this trickster energy, but Spirit is like, we're not bringing that to you. We would not present you with someone who's on some trickster shit. Not so. I'm saying this. Not someone who's going to stay. Someone who is in and out of your life, wishy washy, just souping your head up, playing with your mind and will and emotions. Boy, homegirl say, don't play with my emotions. And Spirit is saying other people have created illusions for you. So it's not like it's an irrational fear, But like I said, if you're bringing energy into this lifetime from a past lifetime, in addition to what you've experienced in this lifetime, it can seem like an insurmountable task. But what I will say to you is that if you basically, you just have to receive and allow your spirit team to help you heal. Ask for their help, invite them into your healing process. And like I said, they're already doing some healing work while you're sleeping. And anybody, this is for anybody. When you are sleeping, your spirit team works on you. So, but did you have any questions? Oh my god, excuse me. You said yes, I do. It's not related. Well, what's the question? If your comment isn't showing up, you may have to just put one word. You said I have been collecting blue bottle. Okay, higher soul spirit. Should she hang blue bottles in the tree? Is that like a voodoo practice, voodoo or hoodoo? Because I feel like they're saying, who told her she needed to do that? Because I feel like they're saying it's like voodoo or hoodoo. Okay, so it's hoodoo. They're kind of like, no, that's not something you have to do. Is it supposed to be for like protection? Because they say you are heavily protected already. Oh, so it is for protection. Yeah, they said you don't have to do those types of things to protect yourself. You're already very heavily protected. Yeah. Just wanna. Oh, you just want to be close to your ancestors. Okay. I think that just having regular conversations with your ancestors is really what they want you to do. I get what you're saying about wanting to be close to them and practice what they practice, but the energy that they were giving me about that practice is like that it was almost like they were kind of clowning it, to be honest. There's a lot of things that are made up, like I don't think that any practice started out being like, oh, we just gonna damn, make up some shit on our own, but then it kind of turned into that. So, there's a lot of things with any religion that are just made up by somebody and don't really have any significance. Um, there's a lot of things about Christianity that don't have any real significance. And I'm not saying that everything about hoodoo and voodoo doesn't have significance. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that certain practices aren't necessary for everybody. Like, you're the type of energy that you're already very heavily protected. So you don't have to do as much as the next person. Um, and I really don't like to push the message that people have to do the most to protect themselves, because I feel like if you're doing right by people, if you're not doing spell work yourself, if you're not out here trying to harm people and, wish people to have their businesses flop and, just money fucked up, if you're not doing any of that, you don't have to. What are you protecting yourself from? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's really nothing to protect yourself from when you're in that energy. Because even if you were doing something like that, and I don't get the energy that you are, but even somebody that does do things like that, it's still not hitting. It's still not going anywhere. Because like that, if that person has an instant return to sender, it's going somewhere. Right back. So I think that you do not have, like, spirit is basically saying, you do not have to practice any kind of formal anything, religion, practice, tradition, whatever. You're not relegated to perform any specific task just to be in commune with your ancestors. And that's what they were telling me, is like, people make this shit too difficult. Like, just talk to us. That's it. Like, pick up your phone, pretend like you on the phone talking to a homie or something, somebody you trust with all of your secrets, and just talk to them. Tell them what you need. Tell them what you need help with. Just talk to them, and that's it. Like, it doesn't have to be about lighting candles. It doesn't have to be about giving them food and things like that. Now, those things are really good to do, like, showing gratitude, creating an altar, giving them foods that they like, or coffee, or liquor, whatever, that type of thing. You can do that with your ancestors. But your spirit guys don't, they're the ones that know you the best. They're the ones that can help you to navigate through past life energy that you need to release. They're the ones that know exactly what it is that you need. You have a secret one in your closet? What do you mean, a secret one? Oh, an altar? Okay. Yeah, so you can do those things, but you don't have to do any, like, special speech or incantation or anything like that. They're saying that you can use the Psalms. You said, I don't know if they wanted their pictures up or not. Cut it out. I don't get the energy that they need pictures up there. You can. It doesn't harm anything if you want to put pictures up. But I don't feel like they need pictures either. They're just saying, just talk to us. And I know I've studied African spirituality, so I know that there is a place for, like honoring your ancestors, honoring your spirit team. There's a place for that. But like I honor them through my daily life. Just like not crashing out on people is honoring them. Staying calm in the midst of a storm is honoring them. Thanking them, like I evaded a whole car accident today and I was just like, thank you, Spirit. So you're welcome. But just remember to thank them and ask them for what you need as far as healing. And stop. So Ani taught you that, but he ain't teach you to go out the doggy door. So Spirit is saying you might be getting some shocking news. I feel like it's somebody, maybe an admirer that you don't know has been admiring you, is gonna message you and you're gonna be like, what? Yeah, we got more trickster energy. We got massive regrets. And so Spirit is like, there's no protection. There's nothing that you have to do. We got this. And this could be somebody that was trying to sweet talk you and was trying to, like mess with your head. And they in deep regret. You said, I'm looking for a serious partner, for a serious relationship. I'm 27. I'm looking for mature 40 plus. Okay. There is nothing wrong with that, honey. Nothing. And we have more illusions. So just remember that, people will create illusions for you just as much as you can create illusions for yourself. I definitely feel like Spirit is saying to take better care of yourself, like getting enough sleep, drinking enough water. You could even drink like coconut water if you don't like the taste of water. But eating better, it just gives the energy of just like taking better care of yourself. Oh my goodness. He said, I'm drinking a milkshake right now. Lord. You said you've been eating fast food for months. You right. Lord have mercy. Yeah, look at this. Toxic lifestyle. It doesn't have to be alcohol. It could just, like you said, if you've been eating fast food a lot. And like I was talking about mental breakdown, I definitely feel like people have tried to create illusions and, play with your mind. Look at this. Jackass point to his head. Play with your mind. Honey, I've been there, done that. I feel like most people that I've encountered in the last year has done more trying to play with my mind than anything else. And it's like when people can't get me to chase, they don't know what to do with that, because there's a lot of damn pick me women out here. And I hate to use that term, but for lack of better terms, the pick me's. Okay. Well, y'all, I'm tired. I got a full day ahead of me tomorrow. I'm off, but I'm not really off because I got a bunch of stuff to do. And sis is hungry. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the gifts. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for always supporting me. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. And I hope that helped you. I return your energy to you with love. All right, y'all. I will holla.